Hey guys. Okay, here's a spiritual experience I had in Windsor. We at this point I moved to Windsor. I lived in a place. Then we moved after a winter or summer into another place on Jeanette. No, Bruce. Bruce. And this place was bad. But we had nowhere else to go. So and I had a full-time job at this point. Unbelievable. So starts off, we're moving in. We're unloading the truck and the pickup trucks and all that. We're unloading all our stuff into the house, and we put the. I hope I didn't do this video already, because my last channel got deleted. I gotta make these all over again. I don't know if this is the third time I made this video or these videos. But anyway, so we're moving in to the building. There's a house on Bruce, and from the beginning, I had bad feelings about it. And then, anyway, it was me, my cousin, my sister, two other girls. I don't know, our guy, but I don't remember. But anyway, so the trucks are unloaded. We put a couch in the front entranceway. There's this big arch in this little room before the front door, and we put it sideways. And I sit down in it. I'm like totally tired, moving all day, and half out of it. So I sit down. I look up. I just lay my head back like this, and along the ceiling was a ghost, all white, but it was a black man. He was all white, but I could tell he was a black man. And he had these wispies for arms. Like he had half his arms came out, and then it was wispies going into the building. And his legs had wispies, and there's wispies coming out of his sides and everything. And so I could see a head, shoulders, body, but the arms and legs were wispies, and there was other wispies coming off him, like wispies breaking apart. And it was all going into the building. He was just hanging above, looking right in my eyes. And I looked right in his eyes, and I hooked up to him, and I'm like, oh, and my heart jumped. So I had this heart attack, and I saw him clear as day. Clear as day. You ever see that Poltergeist movie where the guy has all the wispies in the Poltergeist? I don't know. Coming out of the door. It was a scary monster. A skull, I think. But it was like that. That's what it reminded me of. And so I just told everybody. I said, everybody gets. I told them what I saw, and everybody's like, "Oh no, right?" And I didn't feel like he was a bad guy. I didn't feel like he was a bad guy at all. But he owned his house. That's for damn sure. So I was my first couple nights. I'd be sleeping. I got a room downstairs in the far end of the basement, and that was my room, away from all the noise, as far as I can get away from the noise. Fucking noise, man, that drives me nuts. Anyway, I'm sleeping, and I end up talking to somebody in my sleep, and all they're saying is, you gotta leave the building. You gotta leave this place. I'm like, I can't leave. I got no money. I just moved in. I blew all my money, and I gotta save money. And he's like, you gotta leave. It's in the walls, man. It's in the walls. You gotta leave, man. You gotta leave. And I'm like, I can't. I got no money. He goes, doesn't matter. You gotta go. And I'm like, I can't go. I got no money. All of a sudden I wake. I sort of snap out of it. I was awake, but I was like in a dream at the same time. And I wake up, and he's sitting in a chair at the end of my bed, talking to me. He's like, you gotta go, it's in the walls, it's in the walls. I go, what's in the walls? Don't worry about it, you just gotta leave, it's in the walls. And I'm like, dude, I can't go anywhere. And that was the whole conversation. Night after, every time I went to sleep, it's in the walls, he's telling me. And I'm like, dude, you're driving me fucking nuts, right? And anyway, this is over a period of days, months. And so I'm like, what's in the walls, right? What's in the walls? I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, I told my cousin about the ghost talking to me and everything. And so we started tapping around the walls, and we tore off the paneling, looking in the walls for maybe we were going to find a booty full of cash, right? Or drugs we could sell. We would. We're starving. Anyway, you know, depending on what it was, I'm thinking maybe it's the energy in the walls. Maybe there's like bad ghost energy in the walls. I go, I don't know what the hell. But we tore some of the paneling off. We couldn't find anything in the walls. And for us to do it, we'd have to like do a lot of work to get all this paneling off. So we just took a couple off and looked around. But we couldn't figure it out. We didn't want to have like a whole construction site going down there. So we just left it and forgot about it. And then anyway, some time goes by, and some of the other things that were happening in the house was the bathroom upstairs. We'd all be sitting downstairs watching a TV, and almost every night at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, the bathroom, the taps would come on the bathtub, and full blast, hot and cold. And we're all looking at each other. The first time it happened, we're all looking at each other like, there's no one up there. Nope. So we all ran up, and we're all looking at the tub, and it's blasting the water. And we're looking at it, and we go to turn it off, and it was, you have to turn the dials. It's the older bathtub. You got to turn the dials. And full blast all the way, multiple turns all the way open. And we were like, holy shit. Then it started happening almost every night at like 9 o'clock. But it only happened when we were there. When we were all out at the bar getting drunk or whatever. When we came home, it wouldn't be on. Nothing happened. And we never left the plug in case it came on, the water would overflow and flood the place, right? So we never left the plug in. But it never happened. And if it did happen, we didn't know about it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how can you guys use that, right? I go, I'm fucking scared. I'm going to go to someone else's house and shower. I go, and the girls would go up there and have a bath. And I'm like, how can you have a bath in that fucking tub? The cursed tub. And I'm like, ooh. And a lot of times you felt like we were being stared at. But I didn't know what to do about it back then. But yeah, and the guy, he'd be down there talking to me. You gotta leave, it's in the walls. And then winter came, and we got the heat turned off. So we had no heat. We had electricity, but we had no heat. And so what we did was we built a tent in the living room, and there was like 5 or 6 of us in this makeshift tent we built, and we put multiple blankets over some ribs and chairs and like wooden ribs, and we built like a little igloo, and we all threw our sleeping blankets and covers and pillows in there, and it was cold. The taps didn't work; they're frozen solid. And the stove, we didn't want to turn on. We turned it on like sometimes just to get some heat in the place. But it was like minus fucking 20 in there. It was cold. It was cold. And there was 5 people in there. We had no money to pay the bills. Something was going on with the money. I don't know. But I always paid my shit. But somebody was going drinking instead of paying the bills. They take the money and go drinking with their buddies. So the power got cut off. Great friends, right? So anyway, we had the dryer. So what we did was we took a hose and we got candles. It wasn't a good thing. We didn't want to use the candles in there because everybody's packed in this little igloo, sleeping in their sleeping bags and stuff. And we ran a hose. There was a long hose, I don't know, for heat or something. So we stuck it to the vent for the dryer downstairs, and we ran it up through the floor. I don't know how we did that. I forgot. And then we duct taped a hole into the tent, and we sealed the tent, and then we had to go downstairs, turn the dryer on, and the heat would come into the tent, and we'd all sleep for a couple hours, and then it would go off, and in no time it would be fucking ice cold again. Then we had to run back down. We'd take shifts, run back down, crank it all the dryer all the way on. And that's how we spent our winter. Then we had to get up in the morning and go to work. And we never cooked anything. We always went out and ate. Well, I went to work and ate, because they always had free food and stuff. But yeah, that's how it was. And then in the spring, I'm down there sleeping. There was no ghost activity in the winter. I don't know why. But spring came. I came home one day, and I asked my sister to leave the key at the house because I was coming home from work, and I wanted to get in the house. And I go, leave the fucking key under the doormat or under the rock or in the mailbox or something. So I get home. She went to her work. I'm at my work, and no key. I was pissed off, right? Totally pissed off. So I opened up the steel door and I kicked in the door, the wooden door. There's a wooden frame at the bottom. I just booted it in. A couple kicks and it was in. So I crawled in, unlocked the door, went in. I turned around, nailed the door back together. Just popped the nails back in with a hammer or whatever. But the lady across the street saw me kicking the door in, right? So I'm fucking blasted tired. I just worked 8 hours. So I go downstairs to get some sleep. So I turn on the tunes. And in like 2 minutes, come on with your hands up. And there's no lights on. There's no lights in my bedroom. There's no lights. Come on with your hands on here. And the music's going. And I can hear the cops yelling. I go, oh, fucking cops. I kick the door. And I'm, oh, fuck, here we go. That bitch next door. And I'm like, she see me for a fucking year. She's seen me going in and out of the house. And she can't fucking recognize it's me. Unbelievable. I never talked to her, but she was across the street. I waved to her every fucking day for a year. So anyway, here I am standing here. I get up out of bed, I put my hands up, and they open the door. And so I'm standing there in my underwear, and the cops are fucking pointing their guns at me. There's 4 of them. Three are trained on me, and I can feel on my chest a little pointers going, like, feel it in my skin, where they were focusing their energy. And their energy was pointing right around my heart, right where they could feel it. And I'm like, really? You're gonna fucking shoot me in the heart for breaking into my own house because I don't have a key because my fucking sister fucking didn't leave me the key? I'm like, really? I'm gonna die this way? So I go, fuck. These guys are just trigger happy. They're all ready to go. Right? I mean, they're pointing at my heart, for Christ's sakes. They're not pointing at my shoulder. They're not pointing at my legs. They're pointing at my heart. And I'm standing in my fucking underwear. And I'm going, really? I didn't say a goddamn thing. So on your knees, on your head, handcuffed me, threw me to the ground. They didn't. They put one of my arms behind my back, smashed me into the ground, jumped on my fucking head with their leg. Then another guy handcuffed me. And then they're like, oh, so how you doing? No. We have a complaint. Someone was breaking in your house. And I'm like, really? Really? You got 3 guns pointing at my heart? Oh, no, we weren't pointing at your heart. I go, yeah, you were. I could feel it. They're like, huh? Oh, fuck. I go, it's my own fucking house. My wall's in my bedroom. Get it. Like, my fucking sister didn't leave me the key, so I got mad and kicked in. I just worked 8 hours. I wanted to go home and sleep. So I explained that to the cops. They let me go. They went across, apologized, and I go, she's waving at me. Sorry, sorry. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Anyway, that was that in that house. So far, nothing but fun. Then, a couple days later, not even a week later, I'm down there sleeping again. The door's locked. I got Muffin the dog running around up. Me and Muffin in the house. I got the whole house to myself. I finally get some goddamn sleep. Because it's noisy in there. And then the girls bring their boyfriends over. And the guys bring their girlfriends over. And everybody's out there fucking listening to music, drinking, 24-hour party. Then I'm down there sleeping. Anyway, down there sleeping. All of a sudden, I hear a knock at the door. I'm not going to answer it. No goddamn way. And then I hear my dog go, yipe! Because she was barking, and I didn't know. Barking, yiping. Anyway, and I have my earplugs in, but I can still hear, right? And then, also my door opens up, and my head is like in the room. My head faces the door. And I look up like this, and there's a big giant biker guy going, "You seen any girls in this place?" And I'm like, "Nope, no girls here." He goes, "Well, I'm looking for some girls." And I go, "Well, there's a couple next door. Maybe you want to go there." Maybe you got the wrong house. And he's like, "All right, I'll check it out." He turns around and walks off, and I'm like, my fucking heart's going, pounding, right? And I'm like, girls. He's looking for girls. What a bunch of bullshit. And so I get up, and you know what? I get up, the door's open. When I locked, the door's open. And I'm like, was that fucking real, or was I dreaming this thing? I'm like, I ran outside, and like, I was right behind the guy almost. So either he was still hiding in the house, because I got up, I ran outside, looked around, and there was nobody. So I'm like, is he still in the house? I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was a ghost, but it happened. And my dog got kicked, because my dog was whining. I don't know, I couldn't understand it. Maybe he was still in the fucking house. Maybe he was there for whatever was in the walls, right? That's what I was thinking of. Oh, Jesus Christ. So right after then, some of my friends came home, my roommates, and I told them what happened. They didn't even give a shit. Nobody fucking gives a shit. I'm like, dude, I damn near got killed by the fucking cops the other day. A biker breaks into the house and gives me shit. Looking for girls. Here's some fucking girls. I have no idea. But anyway, drugs and fucking trafficking or prostitution or something. Maybe that's what he was thinking. I don't know. But anyway, wasn't too long till I left that place, boy. Got the hell out of there. What else happened? Well, I had an astral travel. I was really stressed out because I was getting no sleep from the noise. I was working 8 hours a day or more. I was totally stressed out. So I went home. I was starting to go fucking nuts in that place. Not from the spirit that was there telling me to leave. He was helping me out. Oh, and we had a party one night. Well, I wasn't invited, but it was a party. I was gone to another town or something. They had a party. Everything I owned, stolen. Real nice. Everything I owned, stolen. $10,000 worth of CD, music, rare music, stuff I've ordered for the last 20 years. All gone. Everything. everything. I had my bed and the clothes in my back. Other people got their shit ripped off too, but I was hit the hardest. Not like I had anything wealthy. Oh, I let my bass amplifier, the head and the speaker, great big stack. It was a Marshall or PV or something, I don't know. Bass amplifier for $1,000 used. I lent it to my buddy because he was doing a show in town. Oh yeah, I got drunk and kicked your amplifier in. I'm like, really? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you can keep it. Sorry. Wait. Yeah, gone. That's gone. So I had my bass guitar. I was never buying any more amplifiers or anything. So I gave it away to my friend because she always liked to play it. Yeah, fuck, she sold it for fucking booze and drugs. I figured she'd, like, take care of it. Nope. Booze and drugs. Fucking people. Then, what the hell else happened? Oh, I was all stressed out living down there. I went to sleep in the afternoon downstairs in the basement, and I was all stressed out, and all of a sudden I got a weird feeling. I took an Advil, that's right, because my fucking muscles, I was all stressed out. I had a headache, and I took an Advil. Within 15 minutes, I was a bag of just wet dirt, right? And you know how you get, your muscles relax. And so I relaxed, I took a deep breath, and went, oh. And the headache went away, and I was just laying there, and all of a sudden, I came out of my body. I just slid right out on my mattress. And I slid out over the floor, and I'm looking. Now here I am. The mattress goes by, and I'm looking at the floor. And I close my eyes because I know I'm going to go back in my body, because I always do that. As soon as I open my eyes, I go back in my body. So I go from place to place to place with my eyes closed. And then when I get there, I open them. So I close my eyes, and I fly into the wall. And I'm in the wall, and I'm in dirt. I'm flying through the dirt, the earth. And I can feel dirt and roots. Dirt and roots. And all of a sudden, I'm flying for a while just in the earth, because I'm in the basement, and I just went into the wall. And I come out the other side of the wall, I'm in the dirt. And I'm flying through the dirt, and then I fly into, I'm going down, 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 and all of a sudden I go, and I'm in a different, there's no more dirt. And I'm standing, and I can see my feet seem to be in like a sediment or something. Muck, clay, or like mushy dirt, mud. And I'm standing, I'm looking around, and I'm like in a big V, right? And there's light, and I can see for a few yards around me. And there's things going by. And I can hear boom, 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 like a vibration, right? And I said, all of a sudden, I look up, and I can see the hull of a ship going by. The fucking propellers of the ship. And I remember that, yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a fucking freighter ship. I was like a lake freighter. And it's going, and as it got closer, it went boom, 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 boom on my head. And I'm standing in the water, and it's damn near hitting me in the head. And I'm standing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm underwater. And I ain't breathing. I'm just like normal, like right now, but I'm under the water. And I'm like, wow. And I'm looking, and there's nothing. It's just like, because in the middle of the river, there's a current that's like fucking 20 knots or something. 15, 20 knots. And it's just like flowing. So there's nothing. There's no weeds growing. There's junk laying at the bottom. Like little bits of junk. You can imagine what's on the bottom of that river. And the boat went by, made me attention go to I'm in the river. And so basically I'm just in a current, like a fast current at the bottom of the river, right, like almost in the deepest part, because the river went like this, and I was down in the deepest part, and the boat went over. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, and all of a sudden I started getting more and more in tune with reality or something. And I started going, and I went right back to my body like that. As soon as I started my consciousness started kicking in, and I started choking, thinking I'm gonna drown. It was just, I just went right back to my body, and I woke up, boing, and I'm like, whoa! And I remember the dirt and everything, and then it was like all the stress was gone. It was like a cleansing. So it was like the dirt helped clean me off, and the dirt cleaned my aura, and the water cleaned my aura. Okay, gotta go, guys.